Hi, it's Chris with Implied Music, and as I'm speaking, it's Monday the 21st. It's the birthday of Johann Sebastian Bach, born 1685. I guess that would make him dead, 330-something years old, right? The master of Baroque counterpoint, and we're going to look at writing four-part harmony by examining one of Bach's chorales. That's what we're going to do today. Let's jump in. I play Bach chorales every day. This is my chorale book. And as you can see, it's well used. This little Post-it note here marks where I am from the day before. I play basically a page. I play two pages. I open up the page and I play it. Typical page might look like this. It's the left-hand page of page 8. So we're going to take a look today at number 14, O Lord God, your divine word. Shall we listen to it? Well, I don't expect you guys to read the music. Let's just play along. I've recorded 4 separate lines because chorale writing is about independent voices, and we see them in colors: soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. We are in the key of G. Writing four-part harmony is about harmonizing melody, and the top line is the thing that sort of guides everybody. Let's listen to just the melody. Typically it would be sung by a soprano voice. And you may recognize this melody. The chorales use and reuse existing melodies that went back centuries. Reminds you a lot maybe of A Mighty Fortress Is Our God, right? It's actually a convention in four-part writing that there are just a bunch of rules. Rules about doubling, rules about the motion of inner voices. But I can tell you this, from playing Bach chorales now for more than a decade every day, Bach, the master of four-part writing, routinely violates these rules. In fact, we'll find some violations in this. Yay. Nearly every one of these chords is a simple triad with doublings. Just take this as an example. Let's bring everybody back in. The first chord, G, is a straight up root position G major chord. And it moves directly to E minor. Can you see that the roots are doubled? This is in line with convention. B minor, right? And then this moving line here. Pretty nice, right? And here we have a very nice example of Bach doing what you're supposed to do between two voices. The B comes up to C, and the A goes down to G. We've arrived at a fifth, and we've arrived there by moving in contrary motion. Yay. C closes to D7, which opens, of course, out to E minor. And this moment interests me because he's done something here which you ain't supposed to do. See that fifth? He's approached it like, I guess you could say it's oblique motion. One voice stays in place and the other one approaches from below. But he got to a fifth with one voice moving up and the other voice staying place. And it's not supposed to happen. And we also see another rule right here where we have an E and a G going up to D and A. This is a full-on violation, just to say it out loud. It sounds awesome. Bach rules. How do you decide what to double? It's actually fairly simple. Double roots and fifths, don't double thirds and sevenths. And yet, we'll probably find examples of Bach violating that rule as well. So far, I don't think we have. No. Let's go on. Well, that was pretty, wasn't it? And I do love this parallel motion in tenths, giving way to contrary motion. When that motion happens that way, it's really very satisfying. And we've landed on an inverted D chord, whose bass is an F sharp, and the F sharp appears there as well. He doubled the third. Give Bach a B minus. It sounds great. It's because everything is moving, right? That sounded like a D major chord, but it didn't last very long. It sort of went to B minor really quickly, right? And we're heading for an E. There's a reason for everything. Ah, gorgeous E minor that opens outwards. Here it comes. And it resolves back to G. And I picked these 8 bars because it's a really self-contained excursion from G outwards to the relative minor and then back in again. After talking about all this, let's just watch again and listen. You probably noticed that the bass frequently is a long way away from the tenor, right? It happens right at the end there. There's a fairly wide interval here of an octave. The general rules for the upper voices is that they have to be within the octave, but the bass is free to move. You probably also have observed that the inner voices move by largely step, sometimes a skip or a leap when it's necessary, and always a consonant leap, right? And that's because singing those inner voices is rough. Well, one thing that I've found really useful as I work with chorales and sort of have learned my 4-part harmony is actually playing the melody and singing the bass line, or trying to sing the tenor line, or, transposing it down and singing the alto while I play the bass. Getting a sense of how voices work together can be a really powerful thing. Bach is the master, and yet when we look at his work, we discover numerous violations of the many rules of counterpoint, and those violations always serve the intention of the composer. We have more freedom than we are perhaps coached to believe. Well, I hope this has been useful. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Happy birthday, Johann Sebastian Bach.